This is Iyanla Vanzant, one of these, female gurus who came to prominence when she cucked her husband on Oprah's show. I think she pointed him out, like, yeah, my husband ain't working, but it is what it is. She completely cucked him. They got a divorce in the whole nine, if I'm researching correctly. The only reason I know this is because I was in the presence of her audiobook being read out loud probably a couple of years ago. And like since and her coming from that Oprah tree just really adds that whole feminine poison layer to her work and what she does, because as I've explained on this channel multiple times, that you cannot go broke telling women what they want to hear. Okay, you just can't. Like capitalism, like the bending to the feminine whim has been capitalism's bread and butter. It's a big part of the reason why there's been this huge push to get women in the workforce and go ahead, girl, you can compete with the boys, you're just like the men. That's a big part of it, is because women have insane buying power, because most guys will sit there and put the money away, whereas most women shoes and just nonsense, shoes, trinkets, and nonsensical shit, right? So she is doing her thing and speaking, and what's wrong with needing a man? Oh wow, what tunes are changing. I mean, sweetheart, you are way past that point. You should have stuck with the nigga that you got to put a ring on your behind in the first place, because you're like, yeah, you are not a dime out here running around. You got bread, and I'm pretty sure there's plenty of young gigolos out there that make a good that make a good dollar up off you. But as far as that lovey-dovey long-term relationship type stuff, sweetheart, the ship sailed a long time ago. But she's going to sit here and tell and break and do her work on this lady. So I'm going to sit here and interrupt, as I always do. Let's go.
This was very interesting to me. You said, I don't need a man. What's wrong with needing a man?
I think it was the way I was raised. I was raised to be strong and independent and self-sufficient. And I was...
That's right. That's right. They were all raised that way. That's why these Western women are just like, yo, that's why the divorce rates are as they are. That's because, oh my goodness, I just don't. And on paper, it makes sense. It really does. I completely understand that want for autonomy and to be independent and do as you please and as you want. Unfortunately, what we've done is we've ignored the biological nature of women, which is to indulge more than anything else. And that's why a woman can get $100,000 a month, $100,000 a month in child support, which is seriously freaking ridiculous, but for 18 years and still be broke at the end of it, because the eyes are bigger than the stomach.
Told that that's the kind of woman that men want.
Yeah, but you can be strong, independent, and self-sufficient and still need a man. I need a man. I need a man.
So sad, isn't it? What happened to the one you had? Oh yeah, you cucked them on Oprah Winfrey's show. I mean, which would you rather have, the money or the man? Because it like, oh my goodness. I use Matt Damon as my favorite example, because his wife was a waitress, and he was like, a woman just can't elevate a man. I'm sorry, not in any particular way. And I called it down the line with quote unquote Felon Bay, Jody Meeks, that guy, the pretty eyed guy that, oh my goodness, he's so sexy. And the that the chicks was fawning over, and he went and hooked up and has a child with a billionaire heiress, and guess what relationship is over? That one. Why? Because it's impossible. It's impossible. It's not in her. It's not. Hypergamy is a real thing. Her biological needs is basically, I need somebody. If she's making $50,000, then she wants a guy that's at least making $51,000. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to elevate her. That's her biological need. Unfortunately, we have not accounted for that as a society. All we've done is say, go ahead, girl. You don't need no man. You don't need no man. And shit. Like, look at these kids.
Anything that keeps you self-sufficient and self-reliant is going to move you away from your desire to be partnered. So if you're saying
because that's the key word. The key word is partner, not competition. Complementary pieces working together. Unfortunately, that's just not the mindset and it's not just the females, it's the guys as well, because we were raised to believe in the autonomy of women as well. You know, like her body, her choice, right? Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that in that movie where he was a pregnant chick. Jesus Christ.
Sufficient and I'm self-reliant and I don't need a man. That is incongruent with I want a partner.
She's right, but just so I clear that up, he wasn't a pregnant chick. He was a man that became pregnant in that movie, which name I cannot remember. The one Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant, and I think Danny DeVito was in it, and it wasn't twins. I cannot remember the name of that movie. That's what I have a comment section for. Let's continue.
Say, I don't need a man. Say that. I don't need a man.
I don't need a man.
Okay. Now take your finger, this finger right here, and say F7. Delete.
It's not gonna work. Sorry, it's done. I'm sorry, it's done. Poison is sunk in. It is deep within her veins, and honestly, she looked like she passed the wall. She on the heavier side. I think she's past the wall as well. I mean, we know Iyanla Vanzant is past the wall, but this chick's past the wall. And like I said in the previous video, the womb is what you guys bring to the table, and you only have a very limited amount of time with that. And that's a big part of the reason why I have. It's like with the whole, oh my goodness, we have to think of the children thing. Childhood is a very small span of one's lifetime. You know, the same way that the span of, you know, being able to reproduce on average is a rather small lifetime, a small span of a woman's lifetime. So, you know, like I don't have a vagina, and I can't sit here and tell you ladies how to go about doing your thing. But it seems as if we've, you know, like the way a man lives his life isn't the same as to achieve, you know, what we would consider as a society a fulfilling life. The path there is completely opposite for the other quote unquote gender. That's not a real science. It's just not real science. I'm sorry. But I hope you understand what I'm saying with that. And when it comes to our psychologies, when it comes to our cultural conditioning and the like, yeah, just pressing F7 delete in some metaphorical way, yeah, that's really, that woman's doomed for the most part.
As women, we do that. We set up all the criteria and the reasons why we don't need them, don't want them, all these preconceived notions, and then wonder why they can't get in.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you, hold on.
This was very...
And that's the thing, you know, Miss Vanzant, is that you haven't helped. You, nor your homegirl Oprah, nor your girl Gayle King, nor any of, like, you ladies who've sat there, and you yourself, we know, have just basically castrated a dude on national television, and then talking about, oh my God, well, I need it, man. Like, what happened to the one you had? So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and bitch, you like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? Are you familiar with Miss Vanzant's work? Have you read any of her books? I honestly, the only reason I'm familiar with her is because of the females that I've known, and females that I've known, they sit there and listen to stuff like this. Her, the Tyler Perrys, the Holly weirded out versions of, you know, quote unquote female empowerment that ultimately just pads their pockets and leaves the women that they supposedly guide into just, you know, into even muddier, murkier, and lonelier waters. But, you know, you may see it differently, and that's what I have a comment section for. So let me know what you guys think.